Hi friends! I thought what better place to bring you a Vagrein video about doing what you love than, well, I'm doing something that I love, which is hanging out on a beach. And of course, editing Vagrein videos for you to bring you more and more content. Please make sure to like and subscribe so that I can bring you more, and enjoy this video about finding your purpose, figuring out how to make a living, and enjoying life in general.
Good now to you. It is our pleasure to be encountering you in this fashion, and our desire to be able to communicate with you on any such topic that you so choose in any way that feels good to you.
I'm in a new direction in my work in business, and I want to reach out more because I want to create more happiness, and I sometimes I say that I pop people's heart open.
Yes.
That's my intention in the world, sort of. And I would like to know, like, because I want to do this more, reach out, but also, of course, have incomes with it, so that I can continue to run my business. So is there anything you would like to speak upon when it comes to that, how I can reach out more in this?
Yes, we can offer information that if you listen back to this, which you will, we know, you will hear that your voice has a slight change when you arrive at the aspects of what you are talking of in which you have some insecurity. You have some insecurity around the ability that you have to reach the right voices, to reach the right ears with your messages, and you have some insecurity about the lucrativeness of the endeavors that you want to undertake. But in the rest of your offering just now, in the words that you spoke, there was your deep, true frequency coming through. When you talked about what you choose or what you would choose to do, there is no insecurity in your voice. So you are 100% sure about the value of what you are offering, of who you are, and of your soul journey and mission. However, you have some trepidation around the way that that will be received by others, both in the form of them accepting you and this message, and in the form of them understanding the value with which you provide to their lives and wanting to compensate you for that value in a equal and fair manner. So we will speak to you about these insecurities and perhaps find the reason or the belief that you are holding that keeps you in this insecurity, and in having that belief keeps you from realizing the next chapter, which is when you have the same confidence and joy in the I can reach whoever needs to have this message and I can support myself with this work that you do have in the energy and message itself. So will you please share with us your deepest fear around this topic?
Wow, like, oh, it's so hard to see the deepest fear, but one of them now is that I would like to work more in the business world with this, because it's a good way to me to work like spiritual undercover, so to say. So I work with businesses, but still I talk about love, and I talk about these things in a different words, different setting. So I guess my fear is to be judged by the more non-spiritual people, maybe, like that doesn't understand, like in a mental way, the depth of what I'm actually doing in that classroom or when I'm teaching, for example, because I believe that most what I'm doing is actually on a soul level more than what I'm actually saying.
Yes, you are a being that is able to transmit energetically very powerfully, and we are perceiving of that. And we would ask you to think about what you are saying in that. You are saying that your purpose in life or mission, the mission that you feel is coming through you, is specifically related to being in this business world because you do see a need in that business world for the opening of the hearts, for the changing of the systems, and for the perhaps new ways of being and thinking that can be of such benefit, such great benefit, both to the businesses themselves, the people in them, and to the collective in whole, as the new modalities of acting and being in business come into play, where it is less about the profit margins and it is more about the impact and the positive impact that a business can have on their surroundings, whether or not that means continual growth in terms of a financial exploration or measurement.
Yes.
And secondly, you then say that it is those people in that system that need your expression the most, of which you are afraid of being judged. If you can shift your belief that you need to be accepted by these people to the belief that it is your job to propose the first taste of these energies to these people, whether or not they accept or reject them, then you will find that you will have a much smoother way of proposing your energies to them. You will have a much smoother way of communicating what you are saying to them, because they will no longer seem to be so foreign to you, or a nemesis, or an adversary, or someone with potential of power of shutting you down. Instead, if you now see your role as the gateway drug, to be crude, towards their opening, whether or not they accept the first proposal is irregardless, because it is not necessarily that they will accept your first proposal, but any experience that these beings have does change their trajectory ultimately forever. So when one first comes to a satsang or a meditation room and they are cynic, they may sit and they may giggle. They may not be able to find comfort in their seat. They may leave and tell all of their friends how ridiculous it was. But perhaps years later, when they meet someone whom they care about, who is into meditation, and they go to their second meditation experience, they will not have the same resistance that they had at the first, because they have already been exposed to it. Yes, the first experience perhaps was not the most pleasant. It was not the most well accepted, but they would not be at their second experience without having had a first experience. So if you can begin to see yourself as the kindergarten trainer of these beings, because you have put yourself in a role of being the kindergarten teacher, then you will have more joy and energy come through you and be able to let go of some of that fear that you're holding on to of the judgment. A kindergarten teacher does not worry that the children will judge them for proposing the use of scissors.
No.
They know that scissors are inevitable in this child's development. The child may not be able to use the scissors right away, and they will see those children with compassion and say, "Would you like to try again?" The child may not. And therefore, there is another day for the learning of the use of scissors.
Yes, yes. And I believe most of my fear is like connected to the sale, like because I had so many work coming in, and now my biggest client is going away. Like I will have to find new positions, like new possibilities. And I know when I'm in the room with people, I know I will like do such a great work. But to sell myself, to get to the position to come and talk to them about how to behave towards customers or how to handle stress or emotions, like the sales part in this, to show myself, that is so scary for me.
Yes,
it feels like I have to go into the needy energy, and I don't like that.
You definitely do not. In fact, reframe this particular thing not as if you have to go find new clients, experience or contract or energetic situation that you've had with this entity or group is coming to an end, because it is making space for the next thing that is coming to you. That next thing is already on its way. And you will recognize it because when you speak from your truth, and there is a full yes on the other end of that reception of those words, you will know, okay, this is the thing that was coming to me all along. Anything that is not a full yes, anytime you are feeling that you are having to sell, or there is resistance, or you are losing the deal, it is simply not the thing that was on its way to you. People often accept that thing. For example, they push harder, they change their message, they alter to become more mainstream, and then they do indeed get new deals. However, those deals were not in the highest good, both of themselves and of the people that are involved in the situation, and has only relented the ability for the next upgrade situation to arrive at them. So again, people often take jobs because they believe that is their only option, that they have to pay the bills, that time is running out. And essentially, had they waited one more day and spoken more from their truth, their big break would have been around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is wonderful because it is a new opportunity to sift and filter through the beliefs that you are holding about finance, about security, about material objects, and to see where these fears are can allow you to be in a position where you at some point have no fears whatsoever around this topic because you are in true faith. And so it is a precious opportunity for you to decide what it is you want to believe now about abundance, what you want to believe now about your, what is erroneously called making a living.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So new things is coming in, and it's about to have faith and trust, and to not sell myself in the way that just because I need the money, to find what's the new thing going on.
Yes, doing anything just because one needs the money or perceives of themselves to need the money is never a good idea.
No, yeah. I was thinking to create like online classes. That's something that something you can speak about?
Yes, it is something that you can do if that is what the inspiration coming through you is. No being has any inspiration without that inspiration being connected directly to spirit, which is why it is called correctly inspiration. You are inspired. The breath of the all that is flowing into you. You did not create your thoughts. Your thoughts come to you. The ones that feel good are the ones that are in alignment with the energy of all that is. If it feels good to you and exciting to you to create courses online, then you are guaranteed to, if not have fruitful return on these courses, at least learn something that is in the direction of the path of whatever's next after that. So yes, there is no guarantee that this will become your primary income, for example. But if the inspiration is coming through you and it keeps you excited and having fun while you are creating these courses, while you are making these offerings, while you are finding people that are also excited about these things, then it is absolutely the correct direction for you, because you are then in your highest vibration, calling towards you whatever would be called towards you by being in your highest vibration.
Yeah. Wow. And is it something I can do, like something practical to find the way here in this new opening that is when it comes to what to do and how to find my place, sort of?
Yes, begin to respect your impulses, begin to respect your inspirations and your thoughts, and above all, begin to respect your desires. If your desire is to, for example, with the classes, to interact with more like-minded people and to have more social interaction with them, then live classes are what is the direction that might be good for you. If, however, you want to transmit your messages to larger groups, you may record beforehand or even do written courses. There are so many directions you can take this in. And it is really up to you to begin to listen to what direction your heart, your soul, your spirit, your mind as well are taking you in, and truly respect that, because for every positive thought one has, one is also exposed immediately to the beliefs, fears, and conditioning that is connected with that thought. So whenever something arises in your experience that says, wow, it would be fantastic to do that thing, your next thoughts might very quickly on the heels of that be all the reasons why it is not possible, why it's not practical, why you do not have energy for it, why you do not have stamina for it, why you do not have money for it. All the limitations that could possibly be in all of existence will come to your mind as soon as you say yes to something. And it is your job to say, okay, yes, and it's okay that maybe I don't have enough money. I will see what happens. thank you, thought, for proposing this idea of lack to me, to expose to me a belief that I am holding on to that does not serve my purpose.
Yeah, wow. And this is what I teach. It's just so hard to do it.
Yes, well, it is not hard if you decide it is not.
True, so true. Thank you. That's so beautiful. Yeah. And yeah, when I hear you talk, I realize, like, of course it's so much for me to be in the same room, to be in the physical contact with people. That is really what's really getting my energy and my like that's what my desires going. And I guess I have an idea that it's good to have online classes as well, so I can have money without doing anything. But that's not where I get most of my inspiration, absolutely. So we'll see, and trust that there will be openings for new business openings to do my stuff there.
Yes, and for every offering that you have that you are paid for, if, as you just said, you gain your energy from the interactions, then it is also nourishing to you, perhaps, to consider having classes that are not for people who are paying and expanding your network in that way. Because as you do that, for example, meeting with groups of people with like-minded interest and explaining to them your things, new inspirations will come to you if this energy is flowing to you in this way. Many people who are in service to others do not realize that for every item that they give away for free, they are getting back tenfold in the law of attraction, bringing them their livelihood, because they are doing the work.
Oh, that's beautiful. So like, because sometimes I have an idea that that's like selling myself to sheep, but like to gift and to see that as that's what I want to do, of course. So also to be able to give my gifts in any setting will be contributive to me.
Yes, and you may expand your focal group or your focus group outside of the business world to other areas, perhaps people who would not otherwise have access to these types of teachings, because, as you know, it can be something that is much of a luxury. There are people who do not even have time to deal with these teachings or to understand their own vibrations. And there is a world of people who are in need of the awakening, of the stepping out of victimhood that you do offer with your energy, with your experience. And if you begin to understand that you are paid in energy in as much as you are paid in money, then you will realize that no, you are not selling yourself short. Because, for example, if you were to, and we are simply giving an example, choose a group of teenagers who are in need of guidance from an adult figure, for example, and you created a group for these teachings to be available to them once a month or once a week for free as part of your decision to give to society, then the energy that you would gain back from that would be the equivalent of whatever financial number you could possibly ask. Then the rest of your business, those who could afford to pay, would suddenly be throwing more money at you.
Oh, beautiful. That's very beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. That's I like that so much. Thank you. Thank you.
We see that this is your desire, that at times you are holding yourself back from doing your life's passion, from doing your work, from teaching in this way, because of the implications that you cannot do it if it is not rewarded. And this is true. However, you are always rewarded. It is only when you are in a situation where, for example, you have made a business contract with another self and they are taking advantage of you, or they have not conceded to a payment that they could have conceded to in a certain amount, that it will feel like it is taking advantage of you. But in any time where it is your choice and your free will to offer this for whatever group or situation that you so see fit, because you know it is of benefit to those beings, you will definitely be paid for it energetically. And yes, with the abundance that the universe will be paying you for. Please remember that you are never paid by your employer. You are never paid by your client. You are only ever paid by the flux of the universe exchanging your gifts for energy.
Wow. Yeah, that's such a beautiful perspective, and a new one when it comes to this, because I can see that I've been limited myself in this, absolutely, because yes, so see that more, and to open up that, because that's what I do with every people I meet, like in the streets or whatever. I give this to them, but I had some kind of limitation not to do it in a setting for free. But that's perfect. That's very good.
And for you, you do need that structure of creating something for yourself that is structured with time boundaries. In other words, you do need a bit of structure that says, I am available to do this work between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
Yes.
You do need the structure of knowing who will appear and who will not. There are others who do not. There are mystics who wander the streets and talk to each stranger and touch them in that way. That is their way of gaining energy and sharing their gift, and that works for them. But for you, because of the way you are created, because of the way that you are made up, the structure would be very useful for you.
Yes, I can see that too. Yeah, thank you. Wow, that's so exciting.
It is exciting.
Yes. Okay, so is there something else I need to know about this topic and how to reach out and in an energetic way, like find what I'm supposed to do before we close that topic and I go for another one?
Yes, we would just say that you are already a master at your craft. And so it is not so much needing to change something on how to transmit this energy. Your presence itself transmits much of the energy without your even being involved in it. In fact, if you remove your mental questioning or doubt from this experience, then you would be even more efficient. But we would say again that you do much of this naturally on your own without any need for improvement or skill gaining at this point in time. And so it is really a question of this reframe that we have offered so that you can now open yourself up to new opportunities to serve, and in that, new opportunities to receive.
Yes.
So we are content to move to another topic.
Yay, perfect. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed editing it for you here on this beach, and that you're having as wonderful a day as I am. Make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more Vagrein content. Bye-bye.